Everybody, we are back. It is Safe to Live's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasups.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, don't forget to hit up Homage. I got to pull up the QR code for you here, guys. Don't forget, get a Homage, and get the sweater. I got my sweater on today.
There you go.
There you go. Ooh. Get you a sweater, crew neck. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go and get you, a Bo Jackson, whatever you want to get. Like I said, present for your family. Go ahead and do that, and go ahead and support the channel that way. All right. So today we're back with some more college guys. We're doing Arvell Reese. It's gonna be exciting for everybody, and I'm doing LaNorris Sellers, whose buzz is kind of going down about maybe he will come out or not, but I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see what he thinks of himself.
Yeah,
and what the NFL thinks of him. I think this would be a big deal, a big part of that.
Yeah, he's the tools kind of type of guy. Like, this probably isn't a great comparison because the NFL career hasn't worked out, but he does kind of feel like a little bit of the Anthony Richardson of this class. He's got more experience than Anthony Richardson, which I think is nice, but he's one of those guys where like he can make every throw, and he's a hell of an athlete. It's just a matter of can he put it all together. But I don't know. I still kind of think he needs to get out of South Carolina and maybe transfer to Oregon. Not that I'm trying to push any agenda or be biased at all for next season, but
maybe ASU. Maybe ASU works out for
we'll get on the NIL deal. Get him on the phone.
I will join the alumni real quick. I'll donate like $30.
That'll get him.
It will. He's not about the money. It's just the thought. Come to ASU. We got a good offense over here. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe school that likes to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. You might get distracted a little bit, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? You came to win. All right. So we're doing that. There's no big Raiders news, no trades yet. Not a trade.
No.
Jacoby Myers is safe so far, even though there might be a trade like as we're speaking or something. We're gonna be looking at our phones and it's gonna be like boo boo boo. Jacoby Myers for fourth over there. Even though it is News Friday, the Raiders haven't done anything. Any moves? When is the trade deadline?
November 4th. So they have another week. So they could play. They could technically play the game against the Jags and like kind of see where they're at, kind of deal, and then make a move. But I mean, I think we all know. What's coming at this stage. But yeah, so I guess there is that option. They do have another week to be able to get a deal done. I kind of felt like maybe this week was like the week where like they start shopping guys around, and I think you kind of saw that. Like I think it was pretty telling the fact that they got out there that they're not going to trade Max Crosby, but then there's also the report they're not going to shop Jacoby Myers, but if you want him, get him. Like that to me spoke volumes. It's like, hey, we're going to put out this. We're going to put an end to any of the Max Crosby, the Cowboy rumors, but at the same time, we're just going to kind of let those Jacoby Myers stuff float around. So I feel like those are the two big names. But the other one that's kind of been floating around somewhat recently, I don't know how much legs it has, is JPJ, which it seems more like speculation than like a hard rumor. But
yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, if he's at odds with the coaching staff, like it kind of seems like, and they're not going to play him, might as well see what you can get for him at this stage.
Yeah.
Like, the longer you wait, the more his value like drops a little bit. So if it is the fact that like he's falling out of favor with the coaching staff and not going to be starting or anything like that moving forward, like see what you can get for him, I guess. But I feel like that one's a lot less likely though.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they do dislike him, but I don't know about about trading him. I feel like that's more of an off-season thing, like he gets released or something crazy like that. I feel like it's gonna be more something like that. But especially if Carroll and them stay, then I can see that happening. Him getting like, hey, you're out of here. No more of that. Whatever he's wrong with him. But they better get a damn guard in free agency. Like I don't know who's out there, but they better be paying top dollar for some guards if they get to do all that. Do all this messing around that they're doing. Because
no more bargain bin shopping.
Yeah. No more Alex Kappas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like go get you a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if it was gonna like be as far as like trading JPJ, it'd almost be up to Spytech. You know what I mean? Because it's like we do hear rumors of like, hey, Pete Carroll. We do hear plenty of people wanting Pete Carroll to be fired. I shouldn't say rumors that Pete Carroll's going to get fired. So if indeed Pete Carroll and his coaching staff aren't around, or if it's say Chip Kelly that maybe isn't a fan of JPJ's, then if you're Spytech, it's like, well, I don't know how much you're going to be around, so I don't know if I want to just give up a good young offensive lineman or a promising young offensive lineman. But
yeah,
that is being out there at least at this stage.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into these draft picks today. So, like I said, I'm doing LaNorris Sellers, and Matt's doing the Arvell Reese, who is the stud guy who's probably going to be a top 10 pick. So tell us a little about Arvell Reese a little bit.
Yeah, so it's funny. Like going into this year, I feel like the two guys that on Ohio State's defense that a lot of people were buzzing about were Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. But Arvell Reese has kind of just stolen the show. I remember watching him in the first game against Texas, trying to watch a lot of Sonny Styles, and I'm like, who's this number 8 dude that just keeps popping on the screen and making a ton of plays? And obviously, it ended up being Arvell Reese. He's like, I think I talked about this a little bit before. The strongest linebacker at the point of attack that I've seen in a while. The only other guy that I can compare him to is Jack Campbell from a few years ago, and he's stronger than Jack Campbell. Like there are reps where he just straight up like lifts offensive lineman and gets like leverage advantage like you just don't see very often from linebackers. And again, just a very good run defender, has pretty good instincts too. Like a lot of the plays we'll see are him making plays with his instincts, especially for a guy that this year is his first year being a starter. Is pretty impressive. I don't think he's very good in coverage though. I don't think his lateral skills are quite good enough. But where I think he can contribute against the passing game is as a pass rusher. And I think that's why you've seen some people talk about him maybe switching to edge, maybe kind of pulling like a Micah Parsons in the NFL, going from a college off-ball linebacker to playing on the edge is like that stand-up role at the next level. And Ohio State uses him a little bit like that on a handful of plays, and we'll see a handful of reps even against the run where he makes some pretty nice plays as like that stand-up backer. So he's a guy that I think you can probably have a little bit of flexibility with and be creative with. Some of the ways they use him is kind of similar how to like Patrick Graham was using Jermaine Pratt this season. Like remember Pratt would play on the edge a little bit and would be responsible for like setting the edge and stuff against the run and occasionally rushing the passer. Reese, like we'll see on a handful of these clips, like he's using that similar type of role where against those like two tight end formations, they actually walk him up on the line of scrimmage. So from that standpoint, like that's why he's my top linebacker right now. But when we start getting into it, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up switching to edge because he has some physically dominant reps, a couple of them at edge. Like the last clip we'll see, like he just bull rushes an offensive tackle to go get a sack. So it's pretty impressive. He's a running back's worst nightmare when he comes blitzing through the A gap right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why that Ohio State defense is cooking right now because you know they don't give up anything. They got studs everywhere. And they got Matt Patricia, messing with kids, messing with teenagers, picking on teenagers.
Yeah. The mad scientist back there, the rocket scientist back there, just trying up some stuff. They run a lot of NFL concepts too, which is part of what I like about Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles a little bit too, is like they're playing in a legit NFL defense right now, where I think that will help their learning curve and their transition to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. Complete opposite for LaNorris Sellers. He's not playing an NFL offense. So with him, you got to take away him from the rest of the team because his offensive line is terrible. I mean, I'm really not going to go over that. But against Oklahoma, man, I swear every time he snapped the ball, I don't know who the interior defensive lineman is for Oklahoma. I have no idea who that guy is, but he was in the backfield every single time the ball was snapped. Like if the ball would be snapped, he'd catch it. He'd start to do his drop. That dude would already beat the guard. He was already in there.
Yeah.
So, and it's not as much as in Missouri, and because of that, he takes a lot of snaps. But I think he's improved a lot as a quarterback. That's what I really like. A lot of things on film you saw this year, you didn't see last year, which is like hanging in the pocket a little bit more, showing a little bit more pocket awareness, pocket movement, making a lot of throws from the pocket. A little bit better mechanics, even though it's still hit and miss. And I'll show that. He trusts his arm a lot. So I think sometimes he doesn't feel like that he has to fully step into a throw, which to be honest, he doesn't. But yeah, you do. You know what I mean? To be accurate consistently. So, you know, in Missouri, like there was a lot of missed throws, but like in Oklahoma, when he started pressing more and the pressure was coming and he started rushing things a little bit, you saw the accuracy issues a little bit more than you saw against Missouri. But I was really impressed. I still think that he has the most upside out of all these guys. There's not probably not gonna be a guy with higher upside than Sellers, and I don't think he's more. And I know a lot of people want to go Anthony Richardson because it's like the most recent thing, but every time I watch him, I go old school. I go Dante Culpepper.
Okay, so, yeah, I can see that. I was gonna throw out Cam Newton out there, but I feel like that's more of a recency bias. But I like the Culpepper. That's a good one.
Yeah, because he's like, I think he's about the same size as Culpepper, and I think Culpepper was just as raw as him coming out, but had the same big arm, and you know, he went to UCF. Yeah.
So, well before their Big 12 days.
and yeah, exactly. So I think that Sellers, he is just a quarterback that shows growth, in my opinion, and that's why I really like him. Like, because that means, okay, next year there's probably gonna be some more growth, right? And then probably the next year is gonna be some more. So that shows that he's a worker and he really takes his craft seriously. So it's not like he's coming out there, he's laying a dud. He's just on a team that, you know, they go to Oklahoma, they get overpowered.
Yeah, he'll be an interesting case, I feel like, in this year's draft class because like we were talking about, like I think the supporting cast at South Carolina is bad. So if he does declare, he could be like one of those guys that I think the media might be down on because he doesn't have like the flashy stats and stuff like that. But the tools and the traits, like everything you're talking about, he's a guy that I could see like the NFL being higher. And then when we come to like February, March, his draft stock starts to rise a little bit too, and especially if he plays well. You know, I don't know if he's going to go to the Senior Bowl or whatever, if he has a good combine and stuff like that. So, he's going to be one of the more interesting quarterbacks, partially just to see if he ends up declaring and whatnot, just because with the season that South Carolina's been having this year. And again, supporting cast around him is not very good because you touched on the O-line. I don't know, but Nick Harbor, that dude that's 6'5" and like 230 that runs like a 4.2 or whatever, but can't catch. Like I feel like South Carolina's receivers leave a little something to be desired in the few games that I've watched for them too.
Yeah. There's a couple throws. There's one throw that he made that was pretty damn good, and like the guy like I don't know, he just couldn't judge in the air. I guess I don't know. He was wide open though, but like it wasn't a bad throw. It was just I don't know. They just aren't good. Just say that. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into some Sellers first. All right, I'm up there, right? We're good to go.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
All right. So let's start off with this kind of the growth and the accuracy. I think a lot of these type of throws you can see last year from him. So what I like on this one, so I'll just let it run. Can I see like I'll pinpoint this is. So it looks like we got basically kind of like a hitch route here. So you can see it got the hitch route. Here you get the dig underneath it. So it probably might be a choice route, whatever. Right. From empty, what I like is that it's not there. He sees that this linebacker, or it could be a safety, kind of drop down here and attack that hitch. So it tells me I'm going to go to the dig over the top. Now this is tight coverage too, so this isn't an easy throw, but he throws it to the back shoulder right there. Kind of allows that guy to get leverage, make that catch. So you see it from this side, boom. Hits it, and this we see kind of the improved mechanics here. Has good feet, gets his feet set right there. Good throw.
What I like too on this is like Oklahoma shows they give it like cover zero look to try to speed up his clock, but he handles it pretty well to like just stay poised with the simulated pressure and then just find his man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Against Missouri. Now, this one is kind of just showing off his release a little bit. He's a really quick release. He's kind of get play action here. Let it run. See under pressure, just quick release right there. It's just quick. You see it. Nice little kind of leak design here. Wide open.
Knew that linebacker was going to bite. Just does it right where 40 should be.
Yeah, exactly. All right, play action. I got the bite right there, and just quick. And this was talking about the mechanics a little bit and how he thinks he can kind of just get away with this. Like this is this same exact type of throw as you're gonna see it later and be like, oh, okay. But because he does that a lot, like this kind of one leg thing where he's kind of just uses his all arm, no whip motion. It still gets a lot of velocity out of it, though.
Hey, if it worked.
Yeah, exactly. So this is my favorite throw of his. Like this is like one of my, well, not my favorite, but this is one of them because you just see the placement on this one. On the slant, so I'll let it run one more time. Tight coverage, look at that, just pure strike. You see it here, boom. Right there. This is what I'm talking about. With his feet set, he is really accurate. That's what I'm learning here when I watched him. See, because he has good mechanics there, boom. And it's like that was right on the money. And you can see it from the backside. This one here, all right, put action right there. Sees it quick, gets his feet set. And you can see the placement right there. Look at that ball. That is on the money, right in his chest. only where the other guy can, only where his guy can catch it. And like I said, this is tight coverage. This is not. That's what I'm saying. He's not getting a lot of separation from these guys. That's a great throw right there.
That first dig he showed too. I mean, that was kind of the same thing. He's not afraid to rip the dig. That's for sure.
Yeah. NFL's gonna love that. So this is my favorite runs too because he gets a blitz. Now, the running back does a good job of picking it up. He doesn't freak out though, and it ends up hitting that dig right there.
Nice window throw too.
See, there's that boom. So right, I mean, he knows he wants this dig. He's staring at it the whole time. That's not open. I mean, you can tell these guys don't get open a lot. But he does a good job of seeing this linebacker kind of start to move and just throw it right behind him. It's a good job right there. You can kind of see it a little bit better from the backside here. This is why I say Dante Culpepper because Anthony Richardson did not do any of this.
Yeah, for sure. I shouldn't have. I immediately regretted saying Anthony Richardson after. I just meant the big body and a lot of arm talent.
I know, but you're not the only one. You're not the only one. Yeah. If he comes out, that's all you're gonna hear. He's Anthony Richardson
2.0.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this is another great throw. This is kind of a little freakish throw. So I'm gonna let this one run. It's just effortless arm strength. So this one, you see, stop it right here. He's got another full-on blitz. I mean, he doesn't even have time to kind of read this, but what I think he does a good job is seeing these, let's say the safety and this safety.
Yeah.
And these guys are sitting here, and nobody's in this area, and he does a good job anticipating this throw because this is anticipation throw. This guy's not there yet.
Yeah.
Just a good anticipation throw. It's a great throw right there.
I felt like they were trying to bait him into that hook route too, and he didn't take it. The curl route.
You talking about this one right here?
Linebacker. Yeah. If you watch the linebacker, like he's like he sees it. Like the linebacker sees it and he's trying to like get him to let him rip it, or let him throw it, and he wouldn't take the bait.
It's a great play. That's what I'm saying. He sees the field really well.
Yeah.
That's what I really like too. So he sees the field really well. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, doesn't throw the ball at traffic a lot. I don't know how many interceptions he has in the year. I'm saying, like, I mean, that's a lot of pressure, and then throw that kind of anticipation throw, and of course, that's ultimately guys way too close.
Yeah.
But
I can't get over how bad that block is by the running back too.
All right, so here's another one here. So this one I'm just showing his quick release too, but then you can see like a little bit of the mechanical. Sometimes it's just he has these funky kind of looks.
Yeah,
he's kind of like not stepping into it. No, it's just all arm.
Yeah. Part of me wonders if that's like part of how the play is designed because he's just trying to rip that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. But I like the placement here too because he got this he has this this safety driving down on it right there. You can see the safety art. He sees it. He's driving down.
Mm-hmm.
He throws it back shoulder there. It's good placement right there. Allows a catch. There's a lot of things I like, man. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things. It's that quick whip throw right there. Great placement. Right there, man. This is why I think he's coming out because this is.
Yeah.
They're just gonna blame everybody else. if they really like him. All right, so you see here on the move too. Let this one run. Nice little throw on the just effortless on the run here. Little bootleg and get him outside the pocket. So you got 3 options here, and he sees it right away. Is what I like is like his anticipation of things, because I mean you see this safety right here. He's driving. He knows it looks like they're in cover 2, but he sees this safety is already kind of driving on this instead of this guy continue to get back, and that leaves that wide open right there.
Looks like Tui might have manipulated the safety with his eyes too.
Let me see on the backside here. I think he does too. You can watch it. No, not really.
Not much, yeah.
No, it's just a bad play by 6. Or maybe it's quarters. Maybe it's supposed to be quarters and the corner's wrong. I don't know.
The safety looked like he was pissed at the corner. So
yeah.
Look, he's got his hand. What the fuck?
He's looking at the sideline too, so maybe he was wrong. I don't know. All right. So this is a crazy throw right here. So I mean, you see Missouri, they're doing a lot of spy on him. My 3-man rush with the spy. And just look at that throw, man. It's crazy. I mean, you can make the case you could have just threw it here and got a first down, but this is a whole lot better, I think. Whole lot better, bro. Check it out, boom. So they get a little inside rush. He gets outside here. You can see him use the speed there to get past the spy because he has that spy. He uses the speed to get past the spy and then still gets his head upfield and just boom. Look at that placement.
I'm also looking at the down marker. What was the down and distance? Holy shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
3rd and 40. Oh my god.
I don't even think they got the first down.
That's a hell of a play. The best throw that didn't get a first down on 3rd down.
Oh man. Wow. Got a field goal, bro. Got a field goal. Yeah. All right. So give us some of the deep passes here. It's a great throw right there. Touchdown.
On the money.
This one. Just in rhythm. So I'm saying when he's in rhythm and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm saying like that. As soon as the safety doesn't get back, he sees it. And he just lets it rip. You know what I'm saying? Like he does have a problem sometimes of trying to break every tackle. I mean, move over that a little bit, but boom, just on the money. Here's another one too. I just put this one in here. This is not a complete pass, but it's just this is just how freakish of an arm he has.
Legitimately, he just flicked his wrist. Like I thought he was going to the curl route right there. Wow.
That's what I said when I first heard this show. This is his first throw of the game. So you imagine this is my first film watch. I'm like, oh my gosh. I saw enough. I was like, you know what?
1-1.
I'll take my chances.
My God.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna see this angle. This guy didn't jump like he did. That's what I'm saying. He had a better receiver or something. I think this might be a completion. You just see it from this side. Boom. Gets out of the pocket. Then they do the spy. He just threw it. Look, I'm telling you, this guy didn't jump like this.
Go back. Can you pause it when he lets the ball go? Like, does he have his feet in the ground at all?
I think he jumps a little bit.
Nope. My God, what a throw!
It's wild. All right, and then of course him with his legs here. He could go a couple plays with his legs. See, he's a smooth mover. So you're saying you can run zone read with him too, and he's big enough to take these tackles on, break tackles. This one's my favorite. This isn't a design play. This one is just hilarious because the pocket collapses. This is what I talk about Oklahoma just destroying these guys. The pocket just collapses. I know he tripped, but that's fine. But this is how it was the whole game for him. But I like he tries to get out of the pocket here, tries to run, and then 32, who's a defensive end, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna be he's a fringe first rounder, or Mason Thomas.
Yeah, watch what he does to him.
Put him on the ground. Nice.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Crazy thing is that is an excellent rep from our Mason Thomas. From as far as turning speed to power, he just gets bitched by the quarterback.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, and then more pressure here, of course. Like I said, I'm telling you, this is like right away, man. You got out of the pocket here, and then makes a dude miss right there. Gets first down.
Oh, I'm excited now. Yeah, the NFL is going to like this guy a lot.
Yes, they are. But it's going to be throws like this that are just a little bit of the problem here. So, like, he's getting rushed here a little bit. You tell with the pressure. And the thing is, when I'm showing some of these misses, it's not like he's missing behind. It's like he's trying to be pinpoint here, and he kind of just misses.
Gotcha. Yeah, is he trying to go to the tight end, or is he trying to go to the shallow that was wide open?
I think he's going to the tight end. Let's see.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit over ambitious too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not a fan of the spacing here on this concept. Unless it's a wrong route.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he ends up just missing that throw. And you kind of see this one's a little bit under pressure because, like I said, number 0 was just. I don't. Do you know who that is, Matt?
I don't. Not off the top of my head. Let's see if I can pull him up.
Because that was the whole film. It was just this dude. I don't know who the guy is. So that was the film. It was just him destroying that center.
God.
You kind of just see the miss there, though. But yeah, I mean, there are the accuracy can be hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and you see he basically got rushed here, and then he ends up just missing that pass.
All right, so number 0 is a true sophomore. Remember David Stone.
Okay.
For next year. I think we'll be talking about him.
Because how big is David Stone?
6'3", 310. Again, a true sophomore. Yeah, we're going to be talking about him in the future.
I was like, he's not small either. That's a big dude. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, I think there's a lot of like from him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like on it from him on film. He does a lot of good quarterback things. Definitely, of course, there's gonna be some accuracy issues, I think, just because you got to get him on mechanically and things like that. But he's still a young player. There's just so much upside with him, and you can kind of tell. Like I said, he didn't look like this as a quarterback on film as a freshman. Like the pocket presence, him moving, him feeling things, and then running. A lot of that wasn't there. From him as a freshman, and it's there as a sophomore. So, like, that's what I'm saying. If he does go back and he builds on that, I mean, it's not even be a case. Arch Manning's got some problems if he goes back. I'll say that. Arch Manning's got some problems. But I don't know. I still think the NFL is going to be really high on him. So I think he might have a chance to come out and see what he does. And if the Raiders end up picking high, and the Jets love them some Mendoza, which I think they will. They're going to go with Sellers because they're probably like, we don't want any Justin Fields anymore. So they're like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
that is, I mean, I agree. I think the NFL is probably going to be higher on him than we realize right now. Because you said that he's a redshirt sophomore, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up coming out then with that. And again, there were a lot of damn impressive throws on that you just showed there. And it looked effortless, too, is what I think the league's really going to fall in love with, especially like he's not like you pointed out, like he has some mechanical issues that he needs to clean up, but he's not like Anthony Richardson where like he's just pure raw. Like there's more to work with and a better foundation than Anthony Richardson had coming out of Florida.
Yeah, I was impressed, man. I was impressed.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into Arvel Reese.
All right, so I'm gonna start with a few plays from Reese against the run. This first one, you're just going to mainly just going to be his instincts. You hear me talk about this a lot with linebackers. I like the dudes who like, you can see like he recognizes the play design right here. It looks like they're running a little duo here. And like he's starting to creep up, but he's also not just playing like reckless abandon and then just coming straight downhill because there is a read option involved in this where obviously Manning can keep it. And what I like about this too is like you're going to see him, like he makes sure the running back has the ball before committing. And then from there, he just makes a great tackle. Like, especially for a dude who's 6'4". I mean, that's excellent pad level. We'll see an even better example in the next one.
That's textbook right there, bro.
Yeah. Wow. And running backs do not get extra yards after he tackles them. He brings them down pretty much immediately if he's not knocking them backwards. Another common theme we'll see throughout this. Same kind of thing on this one, and like on this one especially too. Like this is a gap scheme, so he can have a little bit more freedom to crash downhill, but he times it up perfectly. Where I'll be honest, like this is more than anything, this is a bad block by the tight end. Looks like he blew his assignment and was eyeing the edge instead of working up flatter to the second level. Mm-hmm. But if Reese just crashes downhill, he might end up blocking himself or making the tight end's block easier. Yeah. Instead, like we'll back this up a little bit. You'll see him flow with the play. All right, now I commit. On top of it too, like he's always got this wide base where even if the tight end does get a piece of him, he can absorb the contact, even though on this one it doesn't matter. And again, same thing. For a guy that's 6'4", to be able to drop down this low and then just grab the legs, wrap tackle. Like I don't think he's missed much this year. I don't have the number or anything off the top of my head, but it's not like I noticed him missing a bunch of tackles in the games I've watched.
Mm-hmm. Is 6'4" a normal height for a linebacker, or is that elite height?
No, that's pretty tall. That's pretty tall, especially for today. Usually like 6'2", 6'3" is like the tall end. 6'4" is pretty tall. Although Styles is, I think, 6'3" too, something like that. So Ohio State's got something in the water. But here's one example of him just being a decent edge. Now he does give up a little bit of ground here after contact because this guard here does a pretty good job of dropping his pads, and I mean you can see he matches them pretty perfectly, and just going to give up a little bit just from the pure mass. I mean, probably giving up 60 pounds to this dude right here, but at the very least he's able to absorb the contact. And this is one thing I like about him too. Like he's always got his hands in front of him, and he's quick to get him up. So when he does take on this block, he can get some extension, and he's got some long arms. Again, being 6'4", that helps. And he's going to be able to get off the block. He's able to escape and go make the play for a short gain. So again, another reason why some teams why you might hear about him potentially being an edge defender at the next level. This clip, not going to make the tackle in this one, but I think this is probably the best rep we'll see of the strength at the point of attack that I was talking about. You can see, again, quick to get those hands up. Right now, he's shooting. He's making the first significant contact. And on top of it, too, boom, locks out. I think that's Gooseby, who is one of the Texas's pro tackles this year. He's supposed to be probably like a mid-round pick, maybe a little later.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he just stands him up. And on top of it, too, what I like – you'll see Reese go with the long arm here. One arm is longer than two. Like you can see, like just watch what that does to this tackle's inside hand. Like it ends up giving Reese that leverage advantage where he's got his hands and he's able to gain control of the block, and that tackle can't land his punch, or at least can't keep his hands on him. So even though Reese doesn't make this play, he's reducing that gap, and at the same time showing a presence here on the edge where the running back can't just bounce it, right? So he has to cut it up. Running back has to cut it up, and he just goes right into the teeth of the defense for a short gain. This one would be a nice little a nice little play off the tight end against the tight end. And what I like too is like you'll see like right now it's a pretty wide gap, but he's a great job of just reducing it, like squeezing while still staying engaged with the block and maintaining control of it. You'll see the same thing I was talking about earlier with that extension. Now the running back bounces, and that's just what you want him to do. Boom, go make the play. So again, just perfect technique, strength to execute it too, and gets off the block to go make a tackle.
Yeah, he's a great tackler. Good Lord.
Yeah, for sure. This play may not look like much, but to me, another example of why you can play on the edge. Like the bend, like when you're unblocked on the backside of these zone runs, this is where bend comes in as an edge defender against the run. Like you'll see him take like one step and then just come flat down the line. And on top of it, he's got pretty good linear speed, so that he can chase this down. You can see the closing speed. I mean, part of it's being, again, 6'4" and just being able to cover a lot of ground with those strides. I think he ends up getting a TFL on this one.
Yeah, he looks like an edge.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably put 10 pounds on him. He's 240, and he's, I mean, you guys can tell, like, he's not fat or anything. He's got some room for growth if you really wanted to put some weight on him. Now, this one's technically going to be in coverage, but it's a screen, and you can, as you've heard me and BD say before, screens are just run plays.
Yeah.
But this is the other thing too that I like about him as a tackler, and part of the reason why I'm like, well, you can keep him at off-ball linebacker, and he'll be fine. Is he's still good in the open field? Like you'll see on this one, going up against a wide receiver, so probably a guy that's going to be a little bit less athletic than and worry about getting juked out.
Mm-hmm.
But here he's like 3 yards away, and he just starts to break down. See that wide stance a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's perfect. That's like textbook right there. Like breaks down, shuffle. Okay, he commits. Now go make the play.
Mm-hmm.
Now go make the tackle. Still ends up only giving up what, 2 yards?
Yeah.
Great. And the speed to close on the guy too, because he started that rep out a little out of position.
Yeah, he's gonna be a coach's like wet dream.
Yeah,
watching this
much, man. He's another guy the NFL is going to love a lot. But moving on to him as a pass rusher, this is like the textbook coffee house stunt. Like you'll see him like coffee house stunt is basically where a linebacker walks up on the line of scrimmage, fakes like he's dropping in coverage like Reese is doing here, sells it with his eyes and shoulders. And what I want you guys to do is watch what that does to this guard. He's going to sit there and say, okay, Reese is dropping into coverage. My guy's dropping into coverage. So I'm going to go help my tackle on the end. But on top of it, this is where Patricia's a little bit in his bag, running a coffee house stunt while also like running a little line game where like a ET twist, or I guess because he's a linebacker there, it's not quite ET, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of it too, like watch when this end crashes in. Like watch the tackle size. Like he thinks Reese is dropping in coverage too, and so he's going to go try and help pick up the nickel blitzing off the edge here, and then Reese just has an easy path to the quarterback. Also, nice job using his long arm to take advantage of the tackle not paying attention to him, and then just close on arch to go get that sack.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh yeah. I'll be honest. I think the running back just made a business decision here. He's kind of put in a tough spot. He's like, do I want to take the first round safety on or the first round 245-pound linebacker? I'll pick the safety.
Yeah.
But you can see the closing speed that Reese has on the quarterback. And I like this too. Like, again, not just coming up down or not blitzing with reckless abandon, where if he just goes full speed, that running back cuts him and he ends up on the ground anyway. Like he kind of like stays measured, but isn't stopping. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, kicks it in second gear and ends up getting the sack.
Yeah, he basically he slow played it, forced him to choose. Basically, the running back. Yeah, it's impressive.
Because Caleb Downs, you take that cut block. You already got the draft type. I don't need it. Someone taking out my knees.
Wow.
This one's just a perfect quarterback spy here. Like I know this quarterback from Washington is pretty damn athletic and pretty good runner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'll see again another great example of the open field tackling. I like this.
The Basha legend doesn't.
I was gonna say it wasn't he. I thought he was like an Arizona guy. I thought I mentioned you mentioned him say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean same thing. Like perfect angle in the open field. I mean you can see this quarterback's trying to look to cut back and trying to catch him, and like he kind of pulls up and matches his shoulders basically. Just stays in phase. A little breakdown there. Boom. Perfect.
I still like him because he chose U of A over ASU. That's why he's at Washington. Because he's Jetfish. See, that's what you get, Desmond.
You get sacked by your running back on this one.
Now you got to play Arvell Reese.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this one this is Jonah Coleman is an NFL running back. He's going to get drafted this year. I don't know where, probably mid-round guy. Not by this rep, though.
No, he did not want that. He did not want our.
He did not want that.
Everybody's all these running. This is unfair when I'm watching this. Matt Patricia. That's a defensive end, Matt. Why is he playing linebacker? I know he's really good.
Because he's good at playing the run off the ball too. But yeah, I think you might want to move him to the edge in the NFL. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting that buzz going. This one's fun too, especially when you can match them up on running backs like this and just watch them like go to work. Like that's part of it's selfishly that I want to keep him in off ball because I want to see more reps like this. Just walking the running back into the quarterback. Would like to see a little more extension so we can beat the hold here.
Yeah.
We'll take fleshing the quarterback out and making him get rid of the ball.
And they want no parts of him either. You could tell the way they're blocking him. They're like,
They watch film. They watch film too. All right, this is the one where I'm like, okay, maybe he is an edge, because this is a hell of a long arm against an offensive lineman. Boom. Like this is like Flintstone feet, like a cartoon from the right tackle. Just watch the right tackle's feet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to go make a national championship bet on Ohio State after this.
just look at this long, like I showed you the one earlier. This is an even better view. Like, look at this, how damn long he is. Like, this tackle has nothing to grab onto.
This is what I'm saying, like, bro.
Arm. Yeah. So yeah, he might end up being an edge. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can get him at off-ball linebacker, and just let him be a hell of a run defender, or you can put him edge and he could be like a Khalil Mack. I don't know. Like, part of me is like very interested to see what he could do as like a full-time edge, where he could really perfect like being on the line of scrimmage and working that speed, power, and that long arm. But yeah, he's a type of guy where when we start talking about the draft, just take him and figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, just get a good football player and then be like, you know what? Let's try and play around with them and see what we can do. Maybe he can be a hybrid type of guy. I don't know if you got to create a defensive coordinator, because that's kind of been one of the trends in the last few years. Why you saw a guy like a Jalen Walker get drafted pretty high last year, because he can do both. He can rush the passer, he can play off ball if you need him to. And I think that's something that's kind of growing in the league, where it feels like a lot of teams, I would say every team, a lot of defenses have at least one, and the Raiders don't right now. The closest thing they have to it is Devin White, and Arvell Reese is an upgrade over Devin White. So he'd be a guy that just draft him and just figure out where you want to put him, and just let your defensive coordinator have fun and how he wants to scheme up that guy. Because I'll tell you what, Patrick Graham I can guarantee you, Patrick Graham or whoever the defensive coordinator is next year would love to have a guy like that's that versatile, that you can do so many things with. Yeah,
man, you could do so many things with him. That is pretty. And then, you line him up with Max Crosby. I mean, if they don't trade Max Crosby or anything like that, that's going to be a big deal. Because to me, he's like way more pass rush savvy than Jalen Walker. And I was watching that, and I didn't want to do this, but I was thinking Micah Parsons the whole time I was watching it. So there was.
I think he's longer than Parsons, because Parsons is only like 6'2", right? Like Parsons isn't like Parsons is good, right? Like a hell of a pass rusher, obviously, but I don't think Parsons is that, like, relatively speaking, that physically impressive, like with the traits and like the measurables, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So Matt, you are 3 for 3 for me, making me mad at Geno Smith. That's what I'm gonna say. You're 3 for 3 at this, with all three of your breakdowns that we've done for college. I build the anger for Geno every time I watch some of this defensive film. Like, man. But do we just take good defenders? Yeah.
I will say there's a drop off. There is an edge. There's a steep drop off after like Ruben Bain and stuff like that. But the one thing I will say is like I like this. I mean, obviously talked about Reese today, who might switch to edge, but with him in it at linebacker, I really like this linebacker class. To get on a little bit of a side note, like there's a lot of guys that I think could really contribute. Sonny Styles is one. CJ Allen out of Georgia is a guy I really like. Deontay Lawson is, I think, playing pretty well out of Bama. So yeah, there's definitely some good linebackers if they do want to dive into the depth of this year's draft class, if they do have to go quarterback one. But
okay,
I'll tell you what, man, you got me excited about LaNorris Sellers. Some of those clips were just stupid good.
I know, man. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Of course, we're not gonna have any instant reaction or anything like this week because this is bye week. So we'll be back. I don't know what we're gonna do on Tuesday. I guess we're gonna figure that out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, but I hope you guys enjoy this. Hit the subscribe button, like I said. Get you a t-shirt. Hit a Panda Subs. Do whatever you got to do. Support the channel, guys. We are out of here. Peace.